This morning, we are talking about what are you waiting for? Just get started. So if you know anyone who's in the beginning stages of starting a nonprofit, or they thought about starting a nonprofit, this is for you. As you know, this month our theme was leadership and board development, along with the basics of nonprofit. So introduction to nonprofit. So today I just kind of want to tell a little bit story about how I got started with my nonprofit organization, and also give you all some tips about how you can get started with yours. So please take some time, tag others in before we get started. In the meanwhile, I just want to thank y'all once again. So last week, these goals are amazing. We are hitting goals in this group. Last week we set a goal. We were at 300. We said, hey, can we grow this group by 20 people? And I believe we're at 329 when I last looked. So you all showed up and showed out. Yay! So that's more resources that we're able to share with other nonprofit organizations. So thank you, thank you, thank you all for that. All right. And this week's fund development webinar was absolutely amazing. If you were able to make it, I mean, that webinar, it's a series webinar, so we do offer it several times throughout the year. So if you're was not able to make that one, you could definitely join the next one that we have coming up. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I just want to allow some time for others to hop in. All right, so what I wanted to talk about is, what are you waiting for? Just get started. So in the chat box, let me know where you are in your nonprofit journey. Are you at the beginning stages? Are you thinking about starting a nonprofit? Drop some comments so I could see who's watching and what stage you are in the nonprofit area. I'll tell you a little bit about which I haven't talked about much. Is I founded my nonprofit organization back in 2012. At that time, I was pursuing my master's in nonprofit management at the University of Central Florida. And when we started, it was called Love Our Young Women. So I was like, okay, we're going to serve, ladies. And actually, let me back up, because in 2010 is when I was given the vision to start the organization, but it took me 2 years to get started. You know why? Because I was waiting on the perfect business plan. And I am here to tell you, there is no perfect business plan. And I spoke to someone who was doing something similar to what I was doing or aspire to do. And she said, Lasheena, put the business plan aside for a second. Just start your organization. Just get started. And you all probably seen the blog that I shared on that. Just get started and let those that you serve create that mission, vision, and pretty much your business plan for you. That was the best advice I have received when it came to starting this nonprofit organization. So I remember the following week, I connected with the pastors of the church that I was going to at the time, said, is it okay for me to start my mentorship program? They allowed me, and actually they were my founding board members. They're still on our board today. They allowed me to go ahead and post it up in the church. It started out with one mentee, who I would tell you now is on our board as well. So that has been an amazing experience. And at each session, we just got more mentees coming, and then more mentors interested in being involved. And sometimes we just have to step out on faith and just do it. And I know this happens to me. Sometimes I don't want to call them excuses, because they don't feel like excuses to you when you're creating them. But, I create my own roadblocks. So it's kind of like getting out of your own way. So I know there's someone listening now who there's something, whether it's your nonprofit or something else, there's something that you are supposed to be starting. And I'm here to tell you today, just do it. Just do it. Just get started. Think about what is that thing that you have not, that you've been wanting to do. Just go ahead and get started with it. All right. So from there, when we had now fast forward, okay, we have the mentees going, everything's going. What ended up happening? Our mentees started to get older. And then I was like, oh my gosh, how can we keep them involved? So guess what? They became our volunteers. And then other volunteers wanted to join. I was like, oh, this thing is working. This is honestly, in a business plan in 2010, I would not have put any of this in there. So from there, we expanded our program, and actually, and I didn't tell you all this, we went from love our young women when I hung up the flyer to love our youth, because instantly what ended up happening as the young ladies started to come, guess what? The young boys, oh, can I invite my friend so-and-so to our house? Okay, y'all, come on. But I just want to show you all that transformation, how it wasn't perfect at the beginning. So then from there, we had, I'm sorry about that. Okay, so yes, from there, we were able to build our 3 programs, which is Love Our Youth, where we provide direct services to youth, Love Our Community, where we have a team of volunteers, and our volunteers are absolutely amazing, and they work in every area from resource development, program development, marketing, you name it. And then we have Love Others, where we utilize the collective impact model, and we bring all the key stakeholders together so that we're working and walking in the same direction. So it all goes back to we're better together. And that has been a very successful program, and a program that a lot of corporations will call us, youth partners will call us and say, hey, we have this need. How can we work together and make it happen? And we serve as that project management or the glue to hold everything together. So that's kind of how we grew our program. So I said all that to say, get started. Just get started. So what I wanted to talk to you all about as well today is, and I'm going to pull this up on the screen, or actually I have. So you might be at the point, I just want to make sure that everyone can hear me. Give me 1 second, you all, because for some reason I can't see you all, but and I want to be able to see the comments, and Facebook is coming up with the error message. So give me 1 second if you are there. I'm hopping back in the group to make sure I see you all. Facebook don't want us to be great today, y'all. All right, I'm coming back. I think it's working. Let me see. Let me see. If you can hear me, can someone just drop something in the chat box so I can make sure that you all are hearing me. I am watching the chat. If you are there, please, please, please drop a message for me so I can see, because I don't know what's going on here with Facebook today. On my end, I'm sorry, y'all, I'm seeing an error message, and I want to make sure that you all are hearing me. Hold on 1 second. All right, because I can't see you all on my screen. So one more, okay. So Junie, I see according to my screen a minute ago, it says you hear me. You hear me? Good, good, good. Sorry about that, you all, because it showed an error on my screen, and I want to make sure that, you know, I'm not talking to myself again like I was earlier. All right, cool. All right, so I'm going to continue. Okay, so yes, okay, thank you, thank you. All right, we're back, we're back. All right, so if you are at the point where you're kind of like, what do I do? Where do I start with my nonprofit organization? I'm going to give you 4 overarching areas to start, and I'll talk a little bit about each of those areas, just because sometimes it's just because we truly don't know where to get started. So of course, you know, you want to start with founding your board, so board development, your nonprofit filing, your business planning, and capacity building. So those are and I try to group them really, really small, so that you all can know the different like categories, and then we're going to talk about each of them. So funding, board development, nonprofit filing, business planning, capacity building, and we have a checklist that if you are interested in receiving the checklist, feel free to send me a DM, or you can also email us at info@nonprofitenthusiast.com, and we could just send you this checklist so that you could go ahead and get started. Okay, so So we have board development. You definitely want to define the duties of your board, and you want to do that on the front end. Because oftentimes, sometimes organizations end up just identifying a board just to start the organization and then have a hard time removing those founding board members. So you definitely want to start defining your duties of your board. You want to identify your founding board members, as I mentioned, identify a method to collaborate with the board members, host your first meeting, develop or adopt your bylaws. And remember, your bylaws is the governing documents for your organization. So you want to make sure that you have your bylaws in place. And it's very important that you work with your board when developing those, and start developing your ethics, conflict of interest, your whistleblower policies. For your filings, you typically work with your Secretary of State. That would be where you start. You will develop your articles of incorporation with the Secretary of State. You'll file for your EIN. From there, you'll go into your 1023 or 1023-EZ, which that's a whole nother topic as to which one, because there's different qualification for each of them. And then you'll go, if your state has a tax exemption process, then you'll complete that tax exemption process. And then also, if your state has a charitable state solicitation registration, that will need to be completed as well. And I'm just kind of giving you like the bullet points, because sometimes one of the reasons why we don't start our organization, because we don't know where to start. So this is just kind of really, a abbreviated way of here's what I need to do to get started, because it can get overwhelming starting a nonprofit, running a nonprofit, because it feels like you want to do everything, you want to do it at the same time. But the goal of this is to be able to kind of put it in order for you, so you're literally checking the list off, checking the boxes off. So feel free to DM me. I don't mind sharing this with you in paper form, so you literally can check things off, or email us at info@Nonprofit Enthusiast. Business planning, you'll start working on your mission and vision, your business plan. But I'm going to tell y'all this. Yes, you would definitely do your business plan, but don't let that stop you from getting started. No matter how small or what it might feel small to you, it means a difference. And just like I kind of shared my story, like just hanging up what appeared small at the time, just putting up a flyer in the church turned into the organization that we are today. So get started. You're developing your marketing plan, your resource development plan, recruit and training volunteers and staff. Y'all, I could talk about that subject all day. And actually in our next session of the PPT framework, where we talk about people, processes, and technology, we go over that a few times throughout the year. That will be in, where are we in? We're in, that's going to be in March. So when that comes out, that event, and we talk that webinar, y'all definitely want to be there, because we talk about how you can build, when it comes especially to recruiting and training volunteers and staffing. I can talk about that all day. And then capacity building, that's where we come in and we help you with it. But so we're here to help you build the capacity for your organization. And actually all of these areas that I shared, we can help you along the way. You could either do it alone, of course, if you choose. But one thing, and I'm telling y'all this, y'all listen to me. I'm telling y'all this. I guess I've been through the heartaches. I've been through the different, the hurdles that we face as nonprofit professionals. And I use that experience, and our team uses that experience to be able to help get you all where you need to go a lot faster. And the reason that we started Nonprofit Enthusiast is truly because knowing that gap, seeing that gap. Like, I wish that I had a nonprofit enthusiast, meaning, someone to kind of run to a organization that kind of expedite our growth of our organization back then. So we learned it for y'all. We went through the heartaches for y'all. And as you know, our team, we have shared experience as funders of nonprofit organizations, oversight of $1 million programming, overseeing over 34 million. Actually, I think when we combine it, it's over $40 million in fund distribution to nonprofit organizations. So when, I'm just saying all that to say, consider not doing it alone. And honestly, that depends on how fast you want your organization to move. There's that. Is it currently just a hobby for you to get started with your nonprofit, or you kind of like, no, we need to get in motion? It's just, we describe it as paces. You know, do you want to walk with the growth of your nonprofit? Do you want to jog with the growth of your nonprofit? Or do you want to run? So if you want to jog, run, we do walk, jog, and run. But depending on what pace you want to go, we're here to help you. So definitely, you know, reach out to us. We're here to help. We love, and that's why we started. Y'all know in this group, we try to give it all. So, you know, we love helping nonprofit organizations and helping you take it to the next level. So I hope that information I shared today is helpful to you all. And I see, hey, Anne Marie, I see you. Thank you for joining. Hey, Shantae, how are you? So glad you're here, girl. Let's see who we got. Junie, Silver. Thank y'all so much for joining. Thank you all so much. So yeah, I hope those tips are helpful. Again, if you want the checklist, DM me, email us at info@nonprofitenthusiast.com. We'll send it over to you all. So the tip, you know, whenever we have a live, we like to end with some tips. So the tip is get started, do it. So whether you're a new nonprofit organization, just do it. Or even if you're not a newer one, I'm sure there's something that you're like, you know, we've been planning this for years. How can we expedite it? Just go. Get in motion. So if that's the tip I have, and that's the homework that I have for you all. So set a goal, put it into action, to start your organization or whatever it may be. Share it with others so they can hold you accountable. Share it with us, because you know you drop it in a group. We will be asking, like, for instance, you know, how are those grants going? Like, Junie, how's those grants going, right? We'll ask those type of questions. And actually, I remember you shared that you got some coming in, so that is awesome. So we're gonna ask you. So share it with someone so that you're held accountable to it. Share it in the enthusiast family. Feel in the group. Feel free to just drop it as a regular post in the group. Hey, y'all, I'm doing this. Okay, we got you. We got your back. Okay. And of course, you can always schedule some time with us to talk about how we can help you go and grow your nonprofit organization. So with that, I wanted to give you all a few updates. So I know I kind of talked about how in the group, we do themes each month. So this month's theme was leadership and development, introduction to nonprofit. Next month is going to be programming. So if you're a newer organization, the easiest thing, if you like, I don't know where to start, what to do, follow our themes. So next month, we're going to focus on program development. So we got a lot of exciting things planned in the group and resources to share with you all. Also, I want to say with that, if you look in the group, at the top of the group, you're going to see something called guides. And we would like to thank the lovely Dolly for setting these guides up. Thank you, Dolly. Y'all. In those guides, you will literally see different topics we've discussed. If you're like, I need help with board development, all of the board development is all nicely placed in that guide. And as we continue to share things in these groups, you can find them in those guides. Okay. And I just wanted to say really quick, yes, Dolly, thank you so much. I truly appreciate you. I just got to shout out the team, y'all. Shelby, Sarah, Joe. I mean, y'all have been amazing. And I truly appreciate you all for what you do for Nonprofit Enthusiasts, and our community as a whole. We have some exciting things coming up that I'm not going to share yet. Some of the stuff we're finalizing today, but I'll be announcing it soon. But we have some exciting things coming up for you all. And thank you all for believing in the group, because I know there are so much groups in Facebook and you could be anywhere else. And I appreciate you all joining us on these calls. So we got some stuff coming up. So with that, and please continue to invite others to the group. Should we set a goal? Who's here still? Should we set a goal for next week? Nonprofit Live, who's here? All right. I see a thumbs up and heart. So let's set a goal. We're at 329. So let's say if we can grow the group, y'all want to say, can we hit, oh, there you go, 350. Yeah, Shantae, I love it. Sarah, thank you. Yes, 350. So 350 is our number. Invite people overall into the group. And I always say this because we're better together. Each of us bring different talents and gifts to the group. So the more people we have, the more that we're able to share with one another. So 350 is our goal. All right. So I will see y'all next week, Thursday. We're gonna be at our goal of 350, and it kicks off our theme of program development. All right, y'all. So I hope you all have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for tuning in. See you all later. Bye, everyone.